Hi, welcome to our favorite fighters. Doing a little announcements or announced fights for February, as there aren't really any of the big fights. My name is Connor.
This is Evan.
Thank you for joining us. Before we get started with some of these, breaking news and kind of new announced or fight announcements that we really kind of want to get into, we have a little bit of housekeeping.
Yeah. So like Connor said, there's not a lot going on this weekend. There's Sean Strickland and Fluffy going at it. We'll talk about that a little bit, but not too crazy. But just some general notes. We have a ton of new social media activity going on. YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. Those are the big ones. We're still going to be on Spotify. We're still going to be on Apple Music and Amazon Music for audio only. But the whole video episodes are now also on YouTube. If you're not checking us out there yet, do so. And also the shorts and reels and the clips and stuff like that are gaining some more traction. So definitely, if you listen to our show, follow us on there and shoot us a like, shoot us a comment. All those good things definitely help the show grow. So we appreciate everybody tuning in.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Starting off, I mean, there's a kind of a big thing it's been going on for a while, and I think
Yeah.
they settled at least one of them last year. But UFC's going through more antitrust lawsuits. I know Dana White was recently testifying for one of them, I think.
Hmm.
And again, it's just kind of lawsuit about just saying that the UFC used anti-competitive tactics to suppress their fighter pay, and they were working with I think some of the managers for the fighters to kind of cut the fighters out, which is really, I mean, it's pretty shitty. Um,
Very shitty.
yeah, incredibly shitty. What are your thoughts on this, Evan? Or
It's
this kind
shitty.
of the lawsuit stuff going forward? Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Uh, yeah. The monopoly they have, or the near monopoly they have, the tactics they use, it's shitty. It's super shitty.
Yeah.
It's always been shitty, but it's definitely could be better now, but they choose not to. You know what I mean? They have so
Oh,
much money
absolutely.
now as a grown sport. Before they were a growing sport, now they're a grown sport. They don't have to underpay these guys like they're doing. Um, but I mean, everyone's been talking about that for forever. The big questions I have are when is something that matters going to happen? When is an actual fundamental change going to take place in the UFC? Um, does all the crap that's going on, people talking about it, with lawsuits taking place, is there going to be any unionization among fighters ever to make a real difference with this? Or is there going to be another competitor ever in the sense of like one championship or PFL, Ryzen, whatever?
Mm-hmm.
That's my question. When is something real going to happen? I don't think anytime soon. I think despite all this, I think we're stuck for the foreseeable future with the crappy payments or whatever you want to call it that's going on. I think that's going to be the status quo for the foreseeable future.
Yeah. No, I think I completely agree. It's something we've been dealing with. Obviously, there was the whole stuff with Francis Ngannou. That's kind of why he left, was pay, and also he wanted to do other things like boxing and whatnot.
Hmm.
And he had that whole feud with Dana over that. Justin, even just recently going up to his UFC 324 fight with Patty, was talking about how is like, yeah, I was expecting a little more pay with the Paramount deal, but I guess not. So it's a little kind
Crazy
of
to
like
hear that from
that's
Justin. Justin's a
yeah, it's
company man,
he
you know?
absolutely is a company man. Oh yeah, he's always been like all down to fight whatever. I'll do whatever the UFC
Yeah,
wants me to do, and he's kind of getting a little tired of it. It feels like
I think so.
now,
Yeah.
probably because he knows he's on his way out, and so he's like, I'm just over it. I might as well just start saying speaking my mind.
They doing what I actually think. Yeah.
Yeah,
Saying what I actually think.
absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
I
then
agree.
one of the more, I mean, another one I keep thinking of is just one of the more well-known older fighters who's kind of in the realm of still like the talking spaces. Demetrius Johnson has been
Hmm.
forever talking about how the pay was really really bad, and obviously that was a while back while the UFC was still growing, but it's just kind of something we've been hearing multiple fighters, through the years kind of rattle on and off and
100%.
complain about. And I think another part of it, just remembering this, is that I think there's even rumors of Tom Aspinall now wanting to leave to go do boxing,
Oh,
which
there
is
is.
absolutely wild because he's not getting
His
paid
dad
enough.
talked about it.
Yeah,
His
which I
dad's his
mean,
coach. Context.
right?
Um,
Yeah,
so you know it's legit. And
hmm
which I mean, we don't have to get into all that, but
yeah,
what a damn shame that would be. It's already a damn
dude,
shame how they fumbled Tom Aspinall's career, but to
yeah,
let him slip through the fingers of the UFC, one of the best heavyweights of all time, most skilled for sure,
yeah,
due to not paying him enough and not giving him the fights he deserves and needs to cement his legacy, and instead have him just say, "Screw this! I'm going to go box instead and make the millions that I deserve to make
yeah,
after this the skill and the training I've gone through to get to this level." He should be
yeah,
making
absolutely.
millions
Oh no,
every fight.
absolutely, yeah. And
Um,
also, he's not going to get his eye gouged out in boxing.
yeah, exactly. Suck to laugh about that, but yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
I know. Yeah, yeah.
I wouldn't blame him if he left, but I would be sad if he left.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And the other thing is that I think the other piece that shows why I think that nothing great will change about the way that UFC pays fighters in the near future is the fact that they just came out with this Hunter Dana, the roles that they have in those interviews, where Dana was saying Hunter runs everything now behind the scenes for matchmaking, things of that nature. Dana just runs the company. If Dana did it this way and Hunter's now doing it this way, with in terms of handling contracts, this is the next guy up to bat. He's still doing the
Right,
same way. Why would he? You know what I'm saying? He clearly hasn't changed anything. Doesn't look like he's going to. So
right.
that's a big part of why I think that nothing positive is really going to change anytime soon, unless they're absolutely forced to. Unfortunately.
Yeah, no, I completely agree, and I can't imagine what an ugly thing would happen, like an ugly process, like unionizing the
Yeah, I
fighters
don't
would be.
know.
Like that'd be such a mess.
It would be
Although
a huge, huge mess, dude.
it'd be so messy. Although now that they have their deal with Paramount, this is a good like potential thing since the UFC is now obligated by a higher up party. It's kind of a good time to try and unionize because it's not just like, oh, well, if the UFC, if we try to unionize against the UFC just won't pay us and won't let us fight. They'll just kick us out. Now the UFC has to answer to Paramount.
Yeah,
So,
well,
you
I
know what
mean,
I
I
mean?
guess you
They're,
could say that they used to answer to ESPN, but it wasn't there. I mean, it
eh,
doesn't seem like the relationship was quite the same, but it's hard to say from here.
yeah. I feel like it'd be different just because the big money, the pay per views were on UFC's own thing, not really ESPN.
That is very true. That is true.
Whereas now everything's on Paramount, so it's all
Right.
on that. But
It is their. They maybe they take more ownership of the program for that reason.
yeah, it's possible. Yeah, I
I
have
could
no
see that
idea.
actually.
Yeah,
And it's
best
no,
time,
I
but
actually kind of agree with you actually a little bit because now it's also a brand new contract and there's so much money at stake and they're locked in for multiple years with this. So they really
right.
have tied their whatever to this, whatever
Yeah,
that phrase is.
they've hitched their trailers, I believe.
Hitch their wagon to this,
Hitched their
to
wagon.
this
Yep.
succeeding for sure. Um,
So
yeah,
so
maybe we'll
that's
see. We'll see how
yeah,
things
that's
unfold.
no, absolutely. I think that's probably the only like positive way I think this turns out for the fighters. Um,
Yeah.
but I think I agree with you. Outside of that, I don't think there's really any chance it changes anytime soon, which really sucks for the fighters because they're doing a lot. Um,
Yeah. They're world class
but
athletes.
absolutely, absolutely. Well, moving on from that, we got some of these fights that have been announced and upcoming fights that we kind of really want to talk about are interesting.
Yeah,
Obviously, we will go
sure.
into more of these fights kind of as they get a little closer. We end up talking about the
Yes.
cards, but starting with this, we had Renato Moicano versus Brian Ortega, which is coming up in a couple weeks or so. Unfortunately, Brian Ortega had to recently pull
Yeah.
out of the fight, and so it kind of leaves you with one: who's going to replace Brian?
Mhm.
Because it's still a pretty big fight for lightweight. Um, but then also, what's going to
Decent.
happen to Brian afterwards? What are your thoughts?
That's the big question for me, dude.
Yeah,
This is such a a step backwards for Ortega because um man, Ortega, I don't think that he had this handed to him on a silver platter or anything. This was,
Yeah.
Moicano's not super easy and he's got really good jiu-jitsu, but so does Ortega. Like this could have been a nice the name I guess the simplest way to put it, the name versus skill level for Moicano
Hmm.
relatively, he's so popular given to how not world class he is. He's very good. He's not world class
Yeah.
compared to the rest of these guys at the top of lightweight, right? So
Yeah.
this could have been a really good Brian Ortega, who has slipped in recent years. You know, no offense, but he has
Yeah.
to fight a big name without a huge imposing threat all around, especially on the feet. So it sucks that he. I don't know. I don't want to see he blew this because I don't know what happened or why he pulled out. They didn't say, but it
Right.
sucks that this is not happening for him. This is a huge loss for Ortega because he really needed to reinvent himself, and this would have been a great chance to do so. So,
Hmm.
yikes! His post was saying like, "I'll be back for 2 more fights this year." Really nonchalant. It's like I'm not even sweating it. We're going to be more active, and it's going to be at lightweight. He's moving up, by the way. He's obviously formerly a 145er.
Yeah.
This seemed like a good move. But
Yeah. I was gonna say that's the other thing
I don't know,
about
man.
that.
I don't know. This is not a good start for the 155 run for him.
No, absolutely not. I mean, there's always going up a weight class. There's always a whole lot that can, you know, a lot of troubles that can come with that.
Yeah,
So I
it's
wonder if that's
different.
probably what it
There are
is. Was
years of
he
the same.
right? Yeah, I wonder if it's just kind of his bulk, as you will, wasn't
Hmm.
going as swiftly or as progressively as he would have liked. But it really sucks
Maybe.
for Brian Ortega. Obviously,
Oh,
Morcano's the kind of guy who's down to fight whoever. So we'll probably still see another fight with him against someone.
yeah, I think so.
I don't
I
even
don't
know
know
who
really
he'd
who
fight
but for him.
though. Yeah, but either way, hopefully it'll be interesting.
Yeah.
But moving on, we have
Mhm.
Caio
Caio
Borrello versus
Baralho.
Kyle Borrello versus Renier de Ritter coming up. This is kind
Yeah,
of a
man.
matchup with two guys who are fighting to reclaim their shot at the title as they recently just lost inside the top five. It's going to be a really interesting one, I will say. What are your thoughts, Evan?
Really excited for this fight. Really, really
Absolutely,
excited. No, I
absolutely.
don't think. I mean, there's always a lot going on, so stuff like this always slips through the cracks. But Kyle versus RDR being matched up is in another in another planet. This is one of the ones that everyone's talking about. You know what I mean? This guy
Absolutely.
could have been this level, could have been this. These guys could be 1 and 2 fighting right now if one or two things went differently.
Yeah.
They're both so good. Both these guys are so good in very different ways. Um, my big question on this fight is how does RDR look health wise going back in the man, he fell apart
Hmm.
in his last fight against Brendan Allen. Um, he just collapsed. It's like his everything was failing him. His cardio was failing him, but it wasn't his cardio. It was his ribs or something, and he just was burned out. And he fought a bunch of times leading up to that. We talked about it on the episode when it happened, but
Hmm.
my thought distilled down is just I hope he comes back looking like he used to, and not like he was last fight. Um,
Yeah. Yeah. No, I
because
agree.
if
I
he looks
completely
like he
agree.
did last fight, I don't really have any hopes for him to get better. You know what I mean? Because it
Right.
wasn't a skill issue or a technique issue; it was a burned out issue. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah. No,
Physically burned
absolutely.
out. So I hope
Yeah.
he's recovered.
Yeah, I completely agree. Because yeah, if he's not able to get back, then that might be the end of RDR, who just almost recently looked like he was going to get a shot at the belt.
Both of these guys, I
He was
would
like
say
right
that
up
for.
there.
Both
Oh,
of these guys could
absolutely.
be title contenders for sure at their best.
Yeah.
But there's also the idea that RDR could go up to 205 if he has similar problems and if it is related to cutting weight, which I don't know that it is, but maybe.
Hmm.
I don't know. I don't think that's the worst idea, but he definitely would not have the imposing size advantage that he does
Yeah.
here at 185. And both of these guys are big boys for sure
Hmm.
at 185, but his frame is very large for 85, so
Yeah.
he would be giving that up big time. moving up to 205. So I hope this works out for him.
Yeah. No, I agree. I definitely agree. Hopefully, it's looking good. Hopefully, it's a good fight. Um,
Yeah,
but moving on to the next fight, we have Cody Garbrandt
yeah.
versus Long Zhao. Uh, Cody's back, uh, but will be able to finally climb his way back into a KO streak. What are your thoughts, Evan?
I don't know. That's the big question. We've
I know.
seen Cody be a world beater, and we have seen him get completely destroyed. What Cody are we gonna get, man? I don't know. I'm a big Cody fan, actually.
Yeah.
Um, I think it is fun to watch anybody that has a huge capability to knock someone out at any time, because you've seen them do it.
Hmm.
So I'm always rooting for him, and then half the time I'm let down. It's kind of like watching Cheeto Vera fight. You know what I mean? Like we've seen him do
Yeah.
incredible
No. Yeah.
things, but then often he doesn't. It's
Mm.
just the nature of the game. He doesn't have a great chin, and that kind of leads into it, at least nowadays. But I will say that the window is definitely closing for Cody, unfortunately. He's 34. He's sticking to the lighter weight classes, which I don't think is the wrong move. I don't think he'd have more success moving up by any means.
Hmm.
So this is kind of the hand that he has right now that he has to play. I think he knows that he doesn't have a huge steel chin to compete with. I think he
Hmm.
knows that his years are limited now at this point. So he's got to use his, got to hold on to that slickness that he had to find the KOs that he used to find and throw a couple together. Um, I will say that I don't think it really matters in terms of becoming champion anymore. You
Hmm.
know what I mean? I think that ship has sailed, especially when you consider the talent of the guys at the top, like Peter Yan and Marab is there still,
Yeah.
so on and so forth. So I wouldn't even worry about that. But just to end the career on a really strong note, throw some wins together. But it starts with this. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I'm hopeful. I'm always
Yeah.
hopeful.
No.
You know what I
Absolutely.
mean?
Oh yeah. No. Absolutely. I think it could be interesting. I keep saying interesting, but yeah.
No,
I mean,
it might
yeah.
be.
I don't know too much. It's yeah. I just hoping he yeah can pull together something good. He is on a two
Like being
fight
a
losing streak, but
yeah, but he got a
when
first
was he?
round KO before that.
That's true. Yeah, no, he was on pretty decent before then. So I don't know.
But
It's it's
that loss to
yeah.
Figgy, I think he hurt him. I'm not sure if it was that one. I know he got subbed like right away. It was either that one or a different one,
No, it
but he
was
got injured pretty bad.
Figgy. He got subbed in round two.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't know if it was that fight or a different one, but one of them he tore something and it was ugly. So he had to come
Yeesh.
back from that. But
Yeah. Could have been that one. It's
I
also a
mean, I don't know, man.
rough
We'll
time when
see.
he's only getting like one fight a year, roughly.
Yeah, that's not helping anything.
It's really not. So
Um,
hopefully he can get back. Hopefully he can, get a
yeah.
little more consistent with his fighting, and like you said, kind of go out with some, if not wins, some good fights.
Yeah. You don't want to see a Tony Ferguson situation where you're just expecting him to get knocked out again.
Oh
That is not what
God,
I want for Cody. What I don't
yeah,
want for Cody Garbrandt is for him to go in there and do what Tony did against Justin and just like lose and lose and lose some more. And then he lost against Patty, and it's like, damn, when's Tony going to stop losing? I don't want to see that for Cody. You know what I'm saying? And he's getting
absolutely.
old, and he's in a lightweight class, and he doesn't have a great chin at this point. All the ingredients are there for him to have a real rough end to his career. So I hope it doesn't happen. But
Yeah.
we'll see. It's like rooting for the Jets. It's like maybe they'll win. You know what I mean? I hope they win. Maybe they will.
Maybe they
But
will. They
then
never win.
often they do
They
not.
never win. Yeah.
No offense to Cody. I don't think of him as lowly as the Jets for sure.
Yeah. Oh no.
An
Yeah.
exaggeration.
And even then, Jets have made it to the AFC Championships not recently, but in the 2010s.
Okay,
It was Mark Sanchez before the butt fumble days. I don't know. Uh,
that's a while. I mean,
yeah. Anyway.
Cody's had some KOs since then. Anyways,
Oh, absolutely. But moving on to the next one, we have Gregory Rodriguez versus Bruno Fidea. Fidea. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, unfortunately, it would be cool if we got Paulo Costa in this one instead of Rodriguez, but after he's
Yeah.
trying to make his attempt to move up a weight class, he had to drop out for this fight. And it kind of makes you think just what's going to happen to Paulo Costa.
Dude, I don't know. I don't think, I mean, there's no reason to cut him. This is the thing about Paulo
No.
Costa. Every time a fight gets announced for him, you're like, well, there's a 60 to 70% chance he pulls out of whatever this is,
Yeah.
just because he's Paulo Costa. But at the same time, with a lot of other people, you'd be like, yeah, they're going to get cut. With Paulo Costa, he's so popular for various
Yep.
reasons: internet presence, fight history,
Hmm.
the looks, that they're not going to cut him because he's popular and he makes the money when he fights. And it's a money business, you know. Tying back to the first thing we talked about today with the antitrust stuff, I don't think they're going to cut him ever. I'm going to be honest. They haven't done it yet. I don't think they are
Yep.
ever gonna. So I don't think much will really change for Paulo Costa. He has a lot of leverage in the sense that he knows he's popular. He
Hmm.
has a lot of confidence in himself. I don't think anything's really going to change. He's going to keep getting fights booked for himself, some of them favorable, some of them less so, and he'll probably pull out here and there a year from now as well. I think we'll just keep the joke running.
Keep the joke running.
Is
Absolutely.
what it is.
God, man, remember when he was in the top of the division, top of middleweight? It
Hard
was.
to even imagine that being a reality nowadays. He
I
fought
yeah,
Izzy
I
for the
know.
belt at one point.
Yeah.
He was knocking
A-
fools out left and right leading up to that.
absolutely. Absolutely. And now he's just kind of. I don't know. Is he even going to show
He
up?
still has skills, but
Absolutely.
man, I don't know. But at least onto this fight. I mean, I actually really like this
Yeah.
one
Yeah.
for Rodriguez.
Mm-hmm.
Bruno Ferreira is definitely has some skill and definitely has a lot of size, muscle wise, but he definitely runs in like a bull a lot of the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like Rodriguez is getting better and better in the fights that we've seen him in recently, and he's very active.
He
And I
is.
think that helps him stay as competitive as possible. Um, I think he should be able to outclass Ferreira on the feet. That's
I
my
think so.
very early thoughts, but
Yeah.
we'll see how this plays out.
I think it'll be interesting. Yeah. I'm hoping for RoboCop. Um,
Hmm.
gosh, I remember just even way before first watching some of his fights a couple years ago, being like, I don't even know who this guy is. I don't know if I like him. I've kind of been growing a little bit of respect and
I have
a little
too.
admiration for him. Uh,
I have too.
it's kind
Yeah, we
kind of
watched him
wild.
at
Like not, yeah,
yeah. I was gonna say we watched him at my house at fight Jared Cannonier that one time. And we're like, who the hell is
that's
this guy?
yeah, absolutely, yeah. There's some of those things where it's like
But
it's
he's
not someone
active, dude.
you. Oh, he's incredibly. Oh, absolutely,
He
yeah.
keeps wanting
He's
to take
not.
fights,
Yeah, yeah. Gotta respect that, and he's doing pretty
and he
well.
shows up every time. He's not the best at anything, I wouldn't say, but he shows up every
No.
time. Has a ton of heart.
Yep.
Definitely gets put in tough positions and finds his way out. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's kind of
Absolutely.
like Mario
Yeah.
Batista in a way, who we just saw win
Yeah.
last night. He's HoboCop is maybe not anyone's first choice to watch on a Saturday night, but you're gonna see him enough times and enough months after months, and eventually you're like, you know what? I respect this guy. He kicks ass and he busts his ass every time he's out there,
Hmm.
and that every time is often. Um, so we'll
Absolutely.
see how high his ceiling is. I really don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't
But I
know.
think
I'm
I would
probably
give him
not
the edge
super
in this
high,
matchup.
but
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. I think so. I think I like him in this one, and
Hmm.
it'll be interesting. But moving on to the next one, we have Josh Emmett versus Kevin Vallejo.
Yeah.
Josh looking to take on a young and dangerous guy in Kevin. What are your thoughts on
Yeah.
this one?
Yeah. This is a scary fight for Josh Emmett.
Mm-hmm.
Josh Emmett is definitely one of those guys that is always going to be dangerous no matter what. Think Derek Lewis, but with a lot more technique behind his punch. Some more technique behind his punches. He's not the classiest puncher for sure. He's kind of wings
Yeah.
stuff out to the side, especially in the fray. Mike Chandler style. But he has so much knockout power that you gotta respect him. You know what I mean? So he's
Yeah.
always in the fight. He's never fully out, and he's tough as nails. He's very hard to put away on the feet or on the ground.
Hmm.
He's a very tough individual to put away. So always in the fight, and we saw that in full bloom against Ilya. Ilya did not finish him, and
Yeah.
still had to respect his power all the way through the end of the fight. Um, Even though Josh Emmett, again, his punches were not crisp, but they were
Hmm.
getting winged at him, and you gotta be very careful with that with Josh Emmett. So,
Yeah.
um, for the are the pieces still there? I guess is my question about Josh Emmett. Are the pieces still there for him to put things together? And in my mind, the pieces for his training and conditioning still seems to be there. I believe he's 40 now.
He's
Um,
40. Yeah.
Damn. Whew. At this
I
weight
know.
class, that is nuts, dude. Anyways,
Absolutely.
those pieces are still there. Like his seriousness about the sport, his investment, his conditioning still seems to be really good, and his power still seems really good. So those seem
Hmm.
great. But the young man agility, the elusiveness, the ability to set things up with speed, I don't know if that's still going to be there going forward. Maybe in this
Yeah.
one, but will it be there in the next one? I don't know. I think that I mean, it's pretty logical that that's the first thing that goes.
Hmm.
And I feel like with him, it's about time that it goes. Um,
It's a little
and so if
past
that
time,
call,
but
if the,
yeah.
it's past time. So if that falls, then you just have a guy that can hit you hard and can take damage
Hmm.
and won't necessarily get super tired, but he's just gonna get hit a lot. And I'm just
Yep.
hypothesizing here, but that's how the math works in my mind. If you lose the slickness, the ability to be defensively responsible at all times with speed and agility, then you're just turned into a really tough, dangerous punching bag. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Which isn't what you want to see. I mean, it loops
No.
back to the Tony Ferguson thing. It's not what you want to see.
No. Absolutely not. Especially with a fighter as fun as Josh Emmett at the end of their
Yeah, and
career.
beloved.
Yeah, it just really kind of sours the taste of their career essentially. I don't
But that's
know.
how it
Yeah.
is. He's getting to that age, so
Yeah. And
you know.
Kevin's nasty on the feet though.
Yeah,
Lot of KOs.
he's um he's proven to be really impressive for a
Hmm.
quite young guy. I believe he's like in his late 20s, right? He's pretty young.
24. 24. Early 20s.
Whoa!
Early to mid.
No way.
Yeah.
He's 24?
24.
Shit, he's fighting his dad.
He's fighting his dad. Oh, God, he's fist fighting his dad. Oh,
Uh,
no.
it's the father-son beatdown.
Father son beatdown event of the summer.
AKA every Chase Super fight.
Ooh. But either way, yeah. I mean, it's. Oh, gosh. Yeah. Kevin looks nasty.
Well, yeah.
I mean, Josh is tough. Hopefully, he can outlast it. Hopefully, he can put up a good fight. Maybe even sneak in a W there. Although that's probably not what the UFC wants. But either way, it looks
Probably
like that'll
not.
be a fun one coming up.
This one I'm really curious about the odds, because I'm not really 100% sure who
Sure.
should be the favorite. Um, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe
No,
not
absolutely.
Josh Emmett. Maybe is that crazy to think?
I don't think so. I don't think Josh will be the favorite.
I don't think so either. Oh, quick loop back here. Do you have a guess on who you think the favorite is between RDR and Kyle?
Uh, Kyle. I think so. I
Minus
just
225. That's a great
yeah
guess, and
yeah
I think it's a lot due to how RDR looked recently in his last one, which is
yeah
totally reasonable. I mean,
yeah
he looked like a zombie out there, so I totally get that.
yeah.
It looks like they haven't released it yet. Damn.
Damn. Either way,
That's all right. Well, I'll
um,
keep an eye on it as it goes forward, but I'm definitely
yeah,
curious about that one.
yeah. It'll be. It's
Anyways,
definitely one to watch, and probably one we'll be talking about when we get closer to March. Um,
hmm
but now we have Harry Hardwick versus Marwan Rahiki. Harry making a comeback after a really nasty outing, getting his legs destroyed. How do you think his legs are going to hold up in this one?
Yeah, it was very uncomfortable watch last time he was in there. I really hope better, and I gotta expect that it'll be better, and I also gotta expect that his game plan will be much better to mitigate those leg attacks going in.
Yeah.
The last time Harry Hardwick was in there, I had been following this dude and his brother, by the way, George, I believe, um, on TikTok for I don't know a while,
Mm-hmm.
and I was so excited to see them in the UFC or him in the UFC at least. These guys are Cage Warriors, smaller fight promotion competitors, and just all around like fun, good guys. It seems.
Yeah.
So to see this guy get his like Rocky moment, to like step onto the big stage was so cool. But then to see him get just absolutely obliterated in the legs was
Yeah.
just so hard to watch, man. I was watching through my eyes half the time. It sucked to watch.
Uh,
So I really, really, really hope I'm glad they're giving him another shot for one, because it
yeah.
really turned into a meme at how bad that went. Um, I'm glad they're
Yeah.
giving him another shot. I really do have faith that he will very much turn this around and learn from the last one. I've got to expect that. A guy who trains as hard and as much as this guy.
Yeah. I think you gotta hope so. But also, who knows? I mean, Marwan is. I'm just looking. I do not know Freaky
I don't know this guy.
Rahiki that much. That's his. Yeah, that's his
Okay, I
nickname's
like it.
Freaky. So he's Marwan Freaky Rahiki. I love that honestly. But
Hmm.
yeah, he's
Yeah.
7-0. A lot of KOs. Honestly, all KOs except for a couple
Okay.
subs, or like one sub. But uh, I could be dangerous, but I don't know. It just really depends on how he's able to protect his legs. I mean, you just got to think that Marwan's going to be going into this trying to attack his legs again.
Yeah,
You know,
true. But you've got to also think that he
could
went
also not
back
be his
after
game
that
plan.
fight to his gym and was like, "All right, well, we got to fix this, obviously." And you would assume that
Oh
they
yeah,
spent time on it, right? You know what I mean?
you
I mean,
you would assume, but you know what happens when you assume. I don't want to make an ass out of you and me. Um,
true.
but I don't know. Either way, hoping for the best for Harry in his
Hmm.
return.
I do too. I hope so
Well,
too.
well, next we have what probably should have been at least one of these guys, if not either of these guys, fighting Volk in 325. Movsar
Hmm.
Evloev versus Lerone Murphy. Uh, this, I think, should be an incredible fight. What are your
Oh
thoughts on
yeah,
this one coming up?
yeah. I'm super excited for this fight.
Mm-hmm.
The only I almost want to say the only tragedy about it is that one of them gets knocked off for their chance for a title fight, but that's the way it
Yeah.
goes.
Yeah.
Um, because it took them so damn long, and I just say that because it took both of these guys so damn long to even get to this point where they're in a title eliminator, which they both should have had a shot by now. That
Mm-hmm.
you've got to imagine that if they lose here, the UFC is waiting to write these guys off for whatever reason and count the loss as a way to say, "Oh, you're not getting a shot for a while." I don't know why the UFC. I mean, I kind of get why they don't love Evloev's style. He doesn't fight super frequently, and
Yeah.
it's always grindy and long decision wins via grappling.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, I mean that's a stupid opinion, but I get it.
Yeah. I mean, he's also
As to why
doing a
they,
lot of BJJ competitions in the meantime.
yeah, why
Like,
not? He's not getting fights.
yeah, they're not giving him
Um,
fights. Might as well do something.
as to why they don't want Lerone Murphy in there yet, beats me, dude. He's fun to watch. I
Yeah.
don't get why. I mean, I think they're both fun to watch, but I enjoy watching the grappling. I don't see why. Yeah, I don't see why
No, I have
they're
no
not
idea
pushing him
either.
harder. But as for the matchup itself, I mean, really fascinating for sure. They're both electric. They both are basically in their primes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have the ages of both of them off the top of my head, but I can pull it up. But
Looking up, Lerone
physically, they're
Murphy
both
is 34.
incredible. Okay, it's a little older than I thought he was.
Yeah.
Evlo of 31. Yeah, they're both in their
Okay.
primes basically.
Yeah, both in primes.
Um, Lauren Murphy has an inch on him in reach and an inch or so in height as well.
Yeah.
But I mean, Evloev is the most jacked dude at this weight class by far. They're both big,
Yeah.
big featherweights, and
Absolutely.
dangerous featherweights. They're both undefeated for one. I mean, this
Yeah.
is an insane matchup, dude. This is the matchup of the season, in my opinion.
It's gonna be
Um,
good. It's gonna be good.
is this the match? Is there a cooler fight in spring than this fight? Evloev versus Lerone Murphy? I can't think of one.
Ooh, I was
Truly,
looking at it. I don't think so.
I don't
Let's
think
see. What are
so.
some of the big
This is
fights?
my favorite fight of the
Strickland
Evloev
versus Hernandez. We'll talk about that, but absolutely not. That's not at all. I mean, there is
Maybe
Max
Joe
versus
Piper is cool,
Charles.
but
Is that more
oh
exciting?
shit, kind
It's
of,
up there.
yeah. That's
It's up
kind of
there.
more
It's.
exciting.
I mean, it's definitely like,
Yeah,
yeah, that's gonna be huge. Other big
it's a pretty
one,
incredible
obviously.
fight. Yeah,
Yeah, we're gonna talk about Alexa Grasso versus Macy Barber, which is big. Izzy versus Joe Pfeiffer. It's big for Joe, not for
also
Izzy.
cool. I'm excited to see it, but I wouldn't say it. I'm
I
not
would
more excited than I am to see Lerone and Evloev.
no, absolutely not. I think the only thing is it's going to be the BMF fight between Max and Charles. That's probably the only
Are
thing.
they calling that the BMF fight?
Yeah, because
I mean, I
Max
guess
is
Max
the
is the
BMF
BMF
is
champ. Yeah.
belt holder.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, why not?
yeah, absolutely.
Why
And
not?
then what happens is if whoever wins is going to go on to fight probably Ilya, because I'm guessing Ilya's going to beat Justin, and then Ilya's just going to have the BMF and the belt.
What a timeline we live in.
Yeah, then we won't have to worry about the BMF belt ever again. Because
Actually, that's probably true. It might get retired there. I could see
yeah,
that outcome.
yeah.
Wouldn't be mad about that.
Or they just it's either that's gonna happen or they're not gonna count the title fight as the BMF belt fight, and then that's just gonna stay with whoever wins this fight. I don't know. A little dumb, a little convoluted.
Yeah.
BMF belt is weird. Um,
Yeah.
but back to Evloev
Anyways,
versus Murphy.
do you have a first thought on this fight?
I mean I think it's interesting. I think what you're saying with the UFC is almost trying to knock one of them off their trajectory. I wonder if that's in a way to protect Volk because both of these guys are so
Me?
dangerous and Volk's kind of not on his way out. He's obviously still there. I mean, you saw him against Diego. He looked incredibly well. Like he looked incredible. Um, but yeah,
Yeah. Do you have
I
a
don't
thought
know.
on who you have favorited here? I do.
I I I think it's probably Movsar. Movsar. Uh it's just I always feel like when you have a grappling dominating person versus a striking dominant person, it tends to be the grappler ends up winning.
Certainly can be.
Obviously not all the
It
time, but it's
certainly
just
can be.
I feel like that happens more often.
Yeah, I kind of agree actually. When if they can close the distance, then
Yeah.
their path to victory becomes more inescapable in a sense. You know what
Right.
I mean?
Oh,
We've definitely seen
no,
that
yeah,
happen
completely.
before. And
Yeah.
by the way, I agree. That's also my first take on this is
Yeah.
I totally agree with you. I would give the edge to Evloev against Murphy.
Yeah.
They're both dangerous, obviously, but I agree. I could see Evloev taking him down and holding him there and grinding out
Yeah.
the win that way. And I could see him getting the
Yeah.
title shot off of that. That's my first guess as well.
I think so. Um I think probably, in all honesty, I think my hope over anything else is that it's a close fight. It's not a Evloev holds Murphy down for 5 rounds and does nothing.
Sure.
Because if it's close and if both of them kind of have a little bit of say, it means that the loser isn't entirely knocked out of a title run.
I agree with that take
You
a
know,
lot.
if it's a
It
close
makes a
like
ton of sense.
if it's like a round one, Murphy gets the KO or like a round one Movsar gets like a submission, something like that, then yeah, it's gonna be bad for the loser. But if it goes 5 rounds, it's like a two rounds to 3 rounds type of fight.
Yeah. A lot
I
of back
mean,
and forth.
yeah, I think
That would be
I think
awesome.
that's the best outcome. Um,
Yeah.
just
Keeps them both
because it
relevant in
gives
the mix. Otherwise, they'll boot
absolutely
someone down 5 rankings and say, "Adios, we're never talking to you for another 2 years."
Right, and then
which
that
is what
gives
they've
us the
already
bigger
been
chance
doing to
of
these guys,
Diego
at least
another
to
shot.
Evloev. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you
Not
imagine?
nothing against Diego. The fight against Folk was really really good. I still just do not think he deserved that shot. And if he
So
gets
what you're
another
saying
shot
is
before like the loser of this,
It's time for the trilogy, right?
it's
It's time
time.
for
Yeah,
the trilogy.
it's time
Everyone
for
is
the rubber
asking for it.
match. Is really what it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everyone wants a third fight with Lopez and Volk because we just don't know yet. We don't
Best of
know
three.
who's better.
Best
Is
of
it
three.
Volk? Best of three is the fairest way to do anything. Rock, paper, scissors.
Best of 10.
Uh, best,
Best of 11. I don't know.
yeah. Keep the people happy. Give the people what they
Give the
want.
people what they want. Oh, I miss that fucking. You don't know if you ever watched that podcast. It was Jalen Rose. Jalen Rose's old podcast on ESPN.
Mm.
R.I.P. It was good. Anyway, sorry.
You're good.
Got to give the people what they want.
Well, what they want is this. I want to see, if I'm the people, I want to see Evloev in there against anyone who holds the belt, and the same thing for Lerone Murphy.
Absolutely.
This should do it. If
Absolutely.
anything can do it, this should be the thing that does it, is a win over either one of these guys, against either one of these guys. So
Yeah.
we'll see what happens, but I hope it's a great fight.
Oh,
We
no, I
will
completely
cover
agree.
it in more detail and more strategery as we get closer, as always.
Yes, sir. It'll be good. Uh, but moving on next, we have Macy Barber versus Alexa Grasso.
Yeah.
In another kind of huge
Cool
test
fight.
for Macy, going against Alexa Grasso and a former champion. They did fight earlier in 2021, where Alexa did
Forgot about that.
win. So
Okay.
yeah, so I mean, still another good test. Macy had a little bit of time, got another bit of a win streak going on after that loss. So another good chance, kind of to see if she deserves to be up in the top echelon of the division. What are your thoughts?
Yeah. Totally agree. I think you said it perfectly. This is a good chance for her to see if she belongs at the top of the division.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't know if she does. I think maybe she does, but I'm not sure. And that's what's cool about this fight. I was really impressed with Macy. Obviously, she's been going through these health issues
Yeah.
and that seizure that we I was in Chicago and I watched that one with you. That was so scary, man. Um,
Yeah, that was
well, it wasn't a
a
fight. It
wild
didn't happen.
scenario. Yeah.
It was a crazy scenario, but that's what made us so concerned and intrigued by her last outing and how she would do
Hmm.
against someone so tough, which was Karine Silva, I believe.
Yep. Green
Um,
Silva. Yep.
Tough and dangerous, and she gritted her way through that win and gritted her way through being, was it punched in the back of the head or eye poked or kicked in the hell
Kick
was
in the
it? She had a
groin.
knee down and kicked in the head,
Oh,
and she
kicked
was
in the
kicked in the
head.
groin.
Jesus.
She was also, I
Yeah, that
think
was
she
a
was kicked in
nasty.
the
That
groin
was
at
a
one point.
yeah.
She was also a downed opponent or something at one point and got up kicked when she shouldn't
Hmm.
have, and the ref didn't do shit. And she came out on top of that, and that was a cool win. So I mean,
No.
I think she's proven that she's back at her best, or back in the game at least fully.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Um, so knock on wood, barring any issues that would happen, I think that she's at least going to give this her best. And but obviously Alexa Grasso is ultra dangerous. She's
Yeah.
ultra competitive. She's, one of the best. She's not the best
Yeah.
per se. We saw obviously saw her be very human. But
Just lost to
she's
Natalia Silva.
still
Yeah.
she's still championship level in my
Hmm.
mind. So this will be a tough one for Macy Barber to prove that she's where she thought she was all along.
Yeah. No, I definitely agree. I think that when she had to back out against Aaron Blanchfield, that really kind of really hurt. Obviously, it's a terrible situation, but like I think that really hurt her kind of title aspirations. I know the UFC didn't like that, even though that's not something you can anticipate,
Yeah.
or it's not even her control. So yeah, I definitely agree. I think it was a good fight against Karine Silva. I do like this fight against Alexa for Macy, just as a kind of as we've been talking about, just a way to kind of get some forward trajectory
Yeah.
for her. Maybe
Yeah.
another
I
fight
think it's
with
good for both of
Aaron.
them.
Yeah,
hmm
who knows? And then yeah,
It'd be a
like
good win for
Alexa's
either
just
one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think so.
They're both big names for the division. They're both
Hmm.
super talented for sure. So this is a
Absolutely.
nice one for both sides. So this
Absolutely.
would
Yeah.
be a cool one to watch as we get
Women's
closer.
flyweight. It's good. I'm just looking again at
Can
kind of
be.
like the top five, and I'm just like, yeah. You have Aaron, Menon's there, Natalia Silva, obviously Bullet Shevchenko.
Mhm.
It's popping.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow, Rose is down to 7 now.
Yeah, she got that loss that hurt her,
Hmm.
unfortunately. But yeah, there's just a lot.
I'm not
Man, anyway,
surprised, and I don't think that's bad or wrong. I think it's just kind of
no,
weird to see her down there, you know,
right? Because she's been in the top parts of
on top
the
for so
of the
long.
division for so long. Kind of like seeing
Mhm.
Izzy around like that. I think he's at 5 or
Yeah.
6 in middleweight, and it's just
Is
like,
he really?
yeah,
I mean, I'm sure he is. He's a
yeah,
6. He's a
he's a
6.
6. Yeah, that's one of those things. I'm like, that seems low,
Izzy is
but
ranked lower than Brendan Allen.
well, yeah,
Wrap
because
your head
Brendan
around
Allen
that.
just won. He just beat
I know
it
he
was
beat
Jeff
RDR, but
RDR.
I'm just saying I've never thought of Brendan Allen as a
No,
top of the list guy. You know,
no, absolutely not. I no,
crazy.
absolutely not. Yeah, and it's
Joe
just one of those
Piper's
things.
14, so that's a big, big, big jump for him if he can beat Izzy.
Wait, who's 14?
Joe Piper,
Oh, he is. Yeah,
just who Izzy's fighting. Yeah.
that is huge. That's a huge one. But either way, back to Macy versus Alexa. I think it's an interesting one. I think it's the head of the fight night technically. No, sorry, no, it's not because that's going on. It's the co-main to Izzy versus Joe. So
Oh, okay. Okay.
either way, that'll be interesting. That honestly that makes that card. That's gonna be a good fight night. Um,
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
but
That'll be a fun one.
yeah, moving on. This one doesn't. I don't think it has a full date yet, but it's Yuri Prohaska versus Carlos Ulberg. Uh, a really
Hell yeah, brother.
uh
Hell yeah.
yeah, a really intriguing fight just because we have it's either going to be a title eliminator fight or it could potentially be an interim belt fight. Just because if the rumors of Alex Padilla going up to heavyweight are true, what are your thoughts on this
This one,
kind of interesting fight? Yeah.
it is an interesting fight. I'm really excited for this, man. This one is. I don't think that this one has been announced by the UFC's actual official channels, but it's been
Hmm.
announced unofficially in a lot of places,
Yeah.
as far as I know. Um, so this is a more recent announcement and a more tentative one, I guess. But I'm super excited if this is legit. This is a really cool fight, dude.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, this definitely sets him up to get a shot at the belt again, which is crazy in a couple. Well, Ankalaev, to set the scene, Ankalaev lost the rematch
Yep.
so decisively against Alex.
Yeah.
Alex being the champ right now.
Hmm.
So there's no way that he's going to get another shot right now. He could climb his way back, sure. Um, Yuri is still ranked number 2. Carlos is 3 now.
Yep.
You go down the list of guys here. Yuri's lost to Alex twice and got obliterated in the second fight. Khalil
Yep.
has lost to Alex as well, got bloodied up to high hell,
Yep.
and then lost to Yuri after that.
Yep.
So, and then, you know what I mean? You just keep going down. Jan Blahovic, pretty old at this point. Azamat
Yep.
Mirzakhanov, definitely,
Jamal Hill.
a
No.
rising guy. Jamal Hill got absolutely destroyed.
Yeah.
And then you're down until like 8, 9, where you're looking at Volkan Ozdemir and Bogdan.
Dominic Reyes,
These
2026
Dominic
train.
Reyes title reign, 2026. Just
We had to
my
push
point
off
is,
2025, but yeah.
that's right. My point is, this is legit. I mean, there is a world in which Yuri KOs Allberg here.
Hmm.
That's certainly possible, and I almost think that that's the most probable thing, which is nuts. But then,
Yeah.
what the hell do you do? A third fight with Yuri against Alex after getting destroyed again? It brings us back to a Max Holloway. Look, if Yuri
Yeah.
beats Allberg, it brings us back to a Max Holloway type of situation where Max Holloway destroys everybody else but can't beat the guy at the top, which was Volk. And
Hmm.
it is totally illogical and pretty pointless to make him fight Volk for a third time nothing else to do, so you do it anyway, and the result's probably going to be the same. Yuri
Yeah.
might beat Allberg here, and in fact, I kind of think that he will, which is crazy.
Yeah.
But then what do you do? Make him fight Alex for a third time for no reason,
Hmm.
just to see him get utterly destroyed again? I guess so.
Yeah. I yeah, I don't know. I mean, Yuri is looking pretty unstoppable
Oh yeah, he is.
right now.
That's true.
Obviously, outside of Alex. Um, I mean, I know they probably won't
That's
give
the thing.
Ankh another shot at the belt, even though he just lost it. Because I know they don't really like him too much. But
Yeah,
I
they
think
don't.
that at least deserves you deserve a rubber match, right? It's Ankalaev won the first one, Alex
One
won the
one.
second one. You kind of want, you kind of would like a rematch there, I think.
Hmm.
If Yuri does beat Carlos, I think that's the fight they should give Alex if he stays in light heavyweight. They should give Ankalaev, they should do that, run that back.
You don't think they should make Ankalaev beat someone first?
Maybe. I mean,
Okay,
that's a
well, hold
tough
on. Do you
one.
want to frame
That's a
this
tough
as
one.
what they should do or what they will do?
Ooh, that's a good question.
You know what I mean? Because there's a two
Yeah,
very different things. What they will do, I don't think they'll give him the rematch
no,
against Alex, no
no.
matter what,
I think they go.
unless he
Yeah,
kills a couple guys in a row here.
yeah. I if
Um,
I had to guess, probably what I think will happen is I think Alex does go up to heavyweight. I don't
yeah,
know if it happens by the time Yuri fights Carlos and they have that fight.
that's
Um,
the key. Yeah, because I totally agree actually with what you
yeah,
just said. I do think
yeah,
Alex actually will go up, probably.
yeah.
Will he do it in time for this fight to happen in a couple months?
I think
Maybe.
so. I think so because I
Okay.
think all they have to do is announce it, right? And they still
Yeah.
have. I think the fight is penciled in for potentially like April
Okay.
ish. I think so. All they have to do is by March ish, around like middle of March. All they have to do is just say, "Hey, announce Alex is going to go up to heavyweight." They could even have him go fight Tom. Just be like, "Hey, that's the fight. Sorry, Cyril
Yeah.
Gahn. You're gonna have to wait."
April.
Uh, and we're gonna give Alex the shot. Maybe, who knows? It'd be interesting if they
Yeah.
did that, and then they do that. If not, if Alex doesn't go up, and they maybe announce it after, maybe the winner of Yuri and Carlos fights Ankh for interim
For a vacant belt.
or for vacant belt. Yeah. Although I don't, I don't think the UFC wants to give Ankh another shot at
I
the
don't
belt.
think so either. I don't think so either. See, that would be
But who else
perfectly
do they throw him
reasonable to
against?
do. That would
Yeah.
be perfectly reasonable to do to make this fight Carlos versus Yuri
Yep.
the primer, and then if Alex moves up, then you'd have a vacant belt, and then it's Ankh versus
Yep.
the winner of here. Totally
Yep.
agree. Does make perfect sense.
Yep.
Don't think that they will do that if
Nope.
someone's life depended on
Nope.
it. Nope.
Nope.
They'd rather blow
They'd
up a
run
freaking
Khalil Yuri
building than do
back.
this. Yes, they would.
I'm just
Because
looking. I'm
they
like,
don't. They hate him.
who would they throw instead of
I think.
Ankalaev? And I'm like, no
I
one.
think that they will wait. I think that they would rather wait, install, and have this fight. If this is the one that gets made, Allberg
Yep.
versus Yuri, I think they would rather have that just be for the vacant belt
Yep.
and call it right there. And then whoever wins that is the new champ.
Yeah.
They love both of these guys, and I get why they both have a lot of cool star power and aura
Yep.
to them. So I understand, but and honestly, I'm fine with that. I think they both make great champs.
I think so. I
And
think
maybe
so.
Anko get a shot later at one of them, but I
Yeah.
could see that happening for sure. And I Tom though for Alex, I kind of get. I also could see if Tom's eye is still a problem, or if the UFC is
That's a
still
good
pissed
point.
at Tom for trying to stand up for himself. How dare he? I could see
Oh,
them giving Cyril Gahn the shot against Alex for a vacant heavyweight belt. Sounds
wild,
insane, or an interim.
wild
An interim.
interim. Yeah, dude. If
I
that
could see that
happens,
happening.
Tom might just leave. I really. Oof. Uh no,
Yeah,
I agree with you. I'd be pissed if I was
I'd be
Tom if that
at the
happened.
end of my wits for sure. I would have
Yeah.
already done some crazy shit if I were Tom with how everything's been mishandled. But if that happens, and I could see that happening, yeah, I think he'll be making plans to box and
Absolutely.
make some real money.
Yeah. But
'Cause why
I will
not?
say in the UFC's defense, if and this isn't a blame Tom, Tom needs to get ready, but if Tom's not ready to fight by June, by like May or June,
Yeah.
they really should.
Then it
They
would.
really should do
It's
an
been
interim
half a
fight.
year. Yeah, I
Yeah,
kind
it
of
will be
agree.
half a year at that point. They really should do an interim for that. Like
Yeah.
because they need a fight at the top, especially if they're trying to move Alex up. That's a perfect time to do something like that.
Hmm.
And so, I definitely want Tom to be better, to get his eye, make sure his eye's all right and he's able to see. But and it would suck if the UFC did this, but I don't know. I would. It'd be hard for me to fault the UFC for throwing an interim middle of the year if Tom's still not ready to fight.
Yeah.
It sucks. It's a really
It's
shitty
weird. The whole
situation.
thing's bizarro.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
It's a bizarre situation, but there's a couple interesting ways it could unfold, and
Absolutely.
it may not be all bad for sure. We get to see
No.
Alex. If we get to see Alex fight at heavyweight, that is fundamentally exciting. As shitty as all these
Absolutely.
circumstances are, and as much as our heart all breaks for Tom, it would be fun to see Alex fight at heavyweight. It would be
Yep.
fun to see Yuri fight literally anybody ever. So I'm not
Yeah.
mad about any of these things, man. You know what I mean?
No. Absolutely
I mean,
not.
I kind of am, but I'm also not.
Yeah.
You
No,
know?
absolutely not. Either way, if this fight happens, either way, it's going to be a great fight. Going to be a fun fight, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's going to be
We'll
crazy.
see.
Absolutely. Uh, another not necessarily fight announcement, but you have something to say about Austin Lane.
Yeah, he's cutting. Austin Lane is cutting down to 205. I think that's a really good move. I think he did have a fight lined up. I don't know if it's officially announced, but I'm pretty sure he did have one lined up and announced against somebody. I don't know who the opponent is, but it will be at 205. Iwo Baranowski, March 21st. And yeah, it's
Okay.
his first time fighting at 205. This is a good move for him. If he can manage to make that weight, he's a huge dude. He's 6'6". Weight is listed at 274. So he played defensive end for the Bears. He played defensive end for the Lions and D end for the Jaguars. Um, Most recently the Bears.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I feel like 205 is going to be a really big challenge. That is
It's a huge
not.
jump, huge
He's a
drop.
huge dude, man. He's a huge dude all around.
Yeah.
That'll be tough, but if he can make that weight, boy, howdy, will he have a monster advantage size wise against literally everyone else.
Oh yeah.
And he's an athletic dude too. I mean, we've seen him lose a lot lately, unfortunately. So,
Mm-hmm.
it seems that he does need a change of some kind. Is this the right change? I don't know. Maybe he needed a new coach instead or something. But
Right.
um, he's 38. He is definitely running out of time to be,
Anything.
doing this. So
Yeah.
why not shake it up to see if he can get a win? But man, I'll be really interested to see if he can make weight. That's my big question: is can Austin Lane, the former defensive end for the Bears, can he make weight at 205? I don't know,
Yeah.
man.
I don't know.
I don't
It'll
know. I
be
doubt it, but maybe.
yeah. Well, that's the other thing is cutting weight just gonna absolutely kill him, so where he's not
Might.
able to
Yeah,
fight more than a round or two.
it
I don't know.
might.
It's tough.
Maybe he
It's
only
tough
needs a round.
cutting that much. Maybe he'll need.
He's
Hey,
that
you know
big.
what? Yeah, yeah. Maybe he'll have enough power where he'll just one shot, just bam.
He will. He will essentially still just be a heavyweight fighting someone way smaller than him if this works
Right.
out for him.
Right.
So
Yeah.
that's
If it
very
works out, it'll
possible.
be he will have lead fists.
Oh yeah,
Potentially going into that. So I don't know.
we'll
It'll
see.
be
We'll
interesting.
see.
Yeah.
But then, yeah, we're zooming back into this weekend. Um, Sean Strickland is taking on Anthony Hernandez,
Yeah.
Fluffy, this weekend. That is the upcoming fight. We were recording this episode on Super Bowl Sunday.
Ayo.
So that is next up in line. And yeah, man, I'm not super thrilled to see this fight, I guess. Strickland just always finds a way to make any fight pretty uninteresting to me.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, Fluffy is so the opposite in terms of making everything so violent,
Mm-hmm.
um, that maybe this will be fun.
Yeah.
There's a world in which Fluffy just rips him into some insane choke, and finishes Sean early. That this is one of the sickest fights, and everyone goes nuts because even though
Yeah.
Sean has his fans, I think tons of us would love to see him get destroyed. I mean, how many views do you think that clip of him getting absolutely obliterated by the Alex Pereira KO way back in the day has?
Oh
Probably a
God,
shitload, right? I
it's
love to
such a
watch
good
Sean Strickland
KO.
get knocked out, man. It's a great KO
Absolutely.
for one, and you love to see Sean Strickland get knocked out for two. So this could be a fun.
Absolutely.
This could be something fun like that, where we get to see Fluffy choke out Sean, and that goes viral. I could see that for
I would
sure.
I would love to see it. I
And I,
it's
I think
yeah.
I'd take Fluffy in this one. What do you think?
I mean, I think so. I
Okay.
will say I think at the very least Sean has been out of the cage for so long because he was suspended for a while. There's a good chance, and because he's kind of up there with a lot of the kind of like middleweight guys who were big a couple years ago, like 4 or 5 years ago, who were like up at the top, like
Yeah.
Izzy, where I feel like they're starting to kind of fall down. Same with Paulo Costa, who we talked about earlier. So I definitely wonder if like Sean's on his way down, and kind of on his way out and beginning that decline. Um, I definitely am rooting for Anthony Hernandez. I am not a fan of Sean Strickland. I do find his fighting style boring. However, I do gotta say, it is an interesting fighting style in that no one else fights that way. So you kind of have
Very
it's kind of like
unique.
a
Yeah.
a unicorn of like a fighting style. No one really runs with the Philly shell as much and the way he does it. So it's interesting to see the fight. It's not a fun
Yeah.
fight.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where I was just having that thought as we were talking about like how boring it is to watch, and I'm like, I wonder if this is how other people feel about grapplers.
Probably.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
Probably.
it's where people are like, oh, this is so boring, I hate it, but we're just like, no, it's interesting, it's kind of cool. I wonder if
Yeah.
that's it's maybe not a valid argument as to why we don't like his fighting style is that we find it boring. Um,
That makes a
However,
lot of sense.
I find him as a person detestable. So
Yeah, I agree. He's a
I
shitty
have
guy for sure.
yeah. So I have no reason to
Not much
like him.
redeeming qualities there.
No, no,
Yeah.
absolutely
There's
not.
no. There's no really reason to.
There's no real redeeming qualities. His fighting isn't the most exciting. His personality isn't the best.
Yeah. I agree.
Eh,
What
eh.
is there to like?
Get him out. Get him out.
Yeah. Well,
Um.
I think
So
Fluffy's the guy to do it. I mean,
absolutely.
to your point though, I think I don't see Sean's skill declining yet.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, he doesn't rely on power, so he's not a traditional power puncher guy where you just expect them to hang on to
Right.
their key skill late into their career, like Josh Emmett.
Mm-hmm.
But his is not fully relying on elusiveness either. It's more about the technique in which
Yeah.
he how he handles the Philly shell. So um, I can see him being able to play this defensive game for the next at least year or two, pretty successfully.
Yeah.
Um, but the thing that makes that tricky is against a guy like Anthony Hernandez, who is a real wrench into the system here of Sean.
Mm-hmm.
He's a really mix it up, dirty fighter. And by dirty, I don't mean John Jones dirty. I mean like dirty in the
Scrappy.
sense of likes to get in there and cause chaos.
Yeah.
Get in close and like mix up a takedown in with a sub attempt in with a close range
Mm-hmm.
boxing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's messy and muddy, and that is what Sean cannot get sucked into. Um, Now, of course, it goes without saying, but I'll say it anyway. If Sean could keep him at a distance and play his game the way he likes to play,
Hmm.
and it's just jabs all night long, and he's scoring points all night long and putting damage on Fluffy's face, Sean's for sure going to win this fight. No doubt about it in my mind.
Yeah. Oh
Um,
yeah.
but I think that Hernandez is young enough, in his prime enough, on a hot streak enough, dangerous enough, and has enough self confidence to close the distance.
Yeah.
And the ways that we've seen Sean lose or win spectacularly over Izzy, which was spectacular in
Yeah.
Paulo Costa,
Hmm.
wasn't
Hmm.
that they were desperately trying to close the distance and do something miraculous against him in that way. They were trying to stand up and fist fight him, and it didn't work out for him. And he showed his skill in that
Yeah.
way, but I don't think that Fluffy has any reason to do that at all. I don't think he will. So this will
Yeah.
be it's not a new threat to him. He's fought grapplers before, and he's fought people who are messy before. Um,
DDP is a messy
yeah,
ass fighter.
that is the perfect example. That is the perfect example. And he put up a really good fight against DDP, to be honest. But
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying is that this guy is going to cause chaos against him, and so
Yeah.
his game will not be handed to him. He will have to fight tooth and nail to
Right.
maintain his distance and maintain his game.
Right.
That's why I give it to Hernandez in this one.
Yeah.
But not a safe bet in my opinion. But that
Yeah.
that is that
No,
is who I
I
would lean with.
yeah, no, I definitely agree. Sean's kind of in that realm of his his opponent, Sean's opponent is always in the fight because Sean doesn't really
Yeah.
have the knockout power. He doesn't go for kills. He's also not a grappler, not a smotherer. And so
Right.
because of that, his opponent is they're never going to be taking so much damage where they can't continue. And yeah, I think they're always going to be able to be doing something. So he's kind of always at risk. Even though he's such a defensive fighter, he's so good at being at keeping people at range and all that type of stuff. I think it's
Hmm.
he's always putting himself at risk by never putting his opponent down, never fully tiring them out
Yeah.
to that there's always the chance. There's always a chance. So,
Totally agree. Yeah.
yeah.
He
I don't
lets
know.
them live most of the time. You know.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that makes sense. I agree.
Yeah. It'll be interesting. I'm with you though. I'm definitely rooting for Anthony Hernandez. I think Anthony Hernandez can take it. Um,
Hmm.
but hey, we'll just have to see. Uh, and
Yes, indeed.
yeah, and with that, this has been our favorite fighters kind of February update on future fights.
Yeah.
Working title. But
Hmm.
we'll say thank you guys for staying with us on this, and be sure to check out all our different platforms as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for the support so far. We will try to
Absolutely.
keep posting and doing some more episodes. I know it's kind of a weird in limbo time,
Hmm.
MMA wise, right now, between this week and next week, but plenty of fun
Yeah,
stuff coming up in the spring. So we will stay on top of all that, and we appreciate
absolutely.
you guys being with us for it.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.